The San Antonio Spurs had a fantastic offseason, but can they take the leap? Can they become a perennial playoff team? And I think this year, the answer is yes. They've added a couple of fantastic rookies with the number 2 overall pick in the draft, DeAaron Harper, as well as Carter Bryant, who may not be as impactful this year, but down the road is going to be fantastic. They've added a couple of veterans as well at the backup 4 and 5 with Kelly Olynyk and with Luke Cornett, and I think the big reason, we're going to see a full year of a healthy DeAaron Fox with year 3 Wemby. And oh yeah, by the way, they got the reigning rookie of the year as well. Make no mistakes about it, however. Victor Wembanyama is the engine. He's the everything for this team, and I think it all depends on how well he plays next year as to how far he takes them. I mean, he's a 7'4" center with an 8-foot wingspan. There is nothing anybody in the league can do about this. When he wants to activate takeover mode, he can. He averaged 24.3 points a game, 11 rebounds, 3.7 assists, 1.1 steals, and 3.8 blocks per game last year on 48% shooting from the field and 35% from 3. And when he is on, like I said, he's the most unguardable player in the league because he is 7'4" and knocks down the 3 ball. We've seen him go crazy, like in games like this one against Washington, where he had 50 points, 6 rebounds, 3 blocks, and 2 assists. Remember, this is his second year in the league. He's picking and popping with ease. Jonas Valanciunas has no hope whatsoever to contest and block that shot. Here he is coming off of a down screen or just coming off of a cut and facing up at the top of the key. His defense is elite as well. Give me that OG Anunoby. And then, he shouldn't be doing stuff like this. This is a ridiculous pass. Versus the Knicks, on Christmas Day, he had 42 points, 18 rebounds, 4 assists, and 4 blocks. Letting everybody know, I've arrived, and I mean business. Making tough fall-away jumpers into the Knicks bench from 30 feet. And then, like I said, just look at the vision right here. He looks like he's going up for the shot. All 4 Knicks defenders close around him. And instead, he finds Sohan, who has slipped behind the defense right to the rim and gets the layup to go. Picking and popping from the logo, like we were talking about. A ridiculous ability right here. And if you're not going to get over the top of the screen, he's going to knock it down. And he showed you, and then just stepping into one in transition from the chase logo in Madison Square Garden. And he's going to do stuff like this, alien type stuff where it just shouldn't seem possible, and he's going to make it work because of his unique blend of size, athleticism, and agility. Getting the spots right there, Josh Hart has no chance whatsoever. He's also got some vision. Nice pocket pass right here to Devin Vassell for the big time slam, and then getting down. Nice cutting as well, finding Sohan. He's going to be a stud, and we'll see how far he can take them as their number 1 guy. And then DeAaron Fox. We unfairly judged the Wemby-Fox duo last year because we only got 20 games of it. And you may be wondering why I'm showing the 23-24 stats for DeAaron Fox. Well, that's because it's the best representation we have of him. He's going to be 28 years old this year, coming off of a season where, yeah, he didn't really impress, but he couldn't. He had a broken finger in his shooting hand for the entire season. There was a reason his splits were down. There was a reason his numbers were down. But looking at this starting lineup, there's no reason that this shouldn't be a top 8 team in the West, maybe even a top 6 team in the West. And I understand what you're thinking. The West is absolutely loaded. This team is loaded. You got guys like Harrison Barnes, who's going to be a perfect glue guy. Shot 43% from 3 on 4.5 attempts last year, knocking down 3 balls off the catch in the corner specialist. And then you've also got guys in the front court coming off the bench, just veterans sprinkled in with young guys. It's a beautiful combo. This will probably be what the backup unit looks like, although we probably see some Keldon Johnson instead of Carter Bryant early on as he kind of adjusts to the NBA. And then you also got Kelly Olynyk you can throw in there from time to time. And don't forget about Stephon Castle, who we haven't even talked about yet, but he is going to be a monster for this Spurs team. Coming off of a rookie season where he won Rookie of the Year, averaged almost 15 a game with 4 rebounds and 3.7 assists in just 27 minutes a night. I know the shooting splits were not there, but that's not what he was coming out of college. He was an elite defender and a connector on the offensive side of the ball that can get to the rim. And that's what he's been so far in the league. If they can work on his jumper a little bit, he's going to be dynamic. 6'6" with a 6'9" wingspan, coming in at 215 pounds. He is a big dude and a phenomenal point of attack defender. Then we get to the rookie class, and it starts with DeAaron Harper, the number 2 overall pick in the draft, and I'm so glad the Spurs didn't overthink this one and just went with their gut, bringing in Harper, who averaged 19.4 a game, 4.6 rebounds, and 4 assists last year at Rutgers on 48% shooting from the field, 33% from downtown on 5.2 attempts a night, and this was the pick. He is the clear second best player in this draft behind Cooper Flagg. In a lot of years, he would be the number 1 overall pick because he's a 6'6" guard with 215-pound frame that really resembles Cade Cunningham that can also get downhill. I think he's maybe a little bit better out of the pick and roll. As crazy as that is to say, because Cade is one of the best pick and roll initiators in the league, DeAaron Harper might be a little bit better as a prospect, and now the Spurs have a legitimate scary 3-headed guard monster with Castle, Harper, and Fox, and Harper's going to be a monster. The only thing that can stop them is the 3-point line, and then Carter Bryant, who is the other rookie they brought in, the other lottery pick they have, and man, he is oozing with potential, coming in with a 6'8" frame with a 7-foot wingspan, which is really nice to have. That's what NBA teams love. That's what gets NBA scouts salivating, is that wingspan, that length, and that fluidity with him. Now, I know he only averaged 6.5 points a game, 4 rebounds, a steal, a block, and an assist, but he only played 19 minutes as a freshman at Arizona, so limited playing time leads to limited numbers. But next year, he should be getting a little bit of burn and then a lot of G League time as well. 46% from the field, 37% from 3, but the numbers jumped up in conference play when his minutes went up. And per 36, he averaged 13.8 points a game, 6.5 rebounds, and 2.1 blocks per game. And this is what gets scouts excited. Jab step, pull up 3-ball, knocking it down on the biggest stage in college basketball, which is the NCAA tournament. Misses the 3 here, but gets the offensive rebound and ends up hanging from the rim with the big time jam. And then the recovery right here. This is textbook. This is beautiful. Flying off a screen, flying high, catching lobs. Carter Bryant is going to be a monster. And then I love the veteran additions that they have brought in with guys like Kelly Olynyk getting a dunk there against the Spurs. He this year will be 34, coming off his age 33 season. He's 6'11", only got a 6'10" wingspan, but he's a fantastic veteran because he can do a little bit of everything. Here he is bringing the ball up the court and stepping into a 3-ball as a 6'11" post. So he is a hybrid stretch 4. Nice cut right here, getting to his spot, hitting a tough turnaround jumper. Averaged 10.7 points, 6 rebounds, 3.6 assists, and 1 steal in just 25 minutes a game last year on 50% shooting from the field, 39% from 3. A really solid year for Olynyk, and I mean, coming off of down screens, knocking down the 3-ball, that was actually a flex option cut. And then against Azar Thompson, who's one of the better perimeter defenders in the league, gets to his spot and knocks it down. And they're going to have a nice 1-2 punch off the bench with both Olynyk, who they bring in for just Malachi Brandon, Blake Wesley in a second, and then they also, through free agency, bring in Luke Cornett, and maybe they overpaid a little bit for him, but a 4-year, $41 million deal it is for Cornett, and that should be pretty favorable. I mean, maybe they had to overpay a little bit because it's a younger team trying to get a more established post. He averaged 6 points a game last year, 5.3 rebounds, 1.6 assists, a block in 18 minutes a game. Shot 67% from the field and did not attempt a 3. But interestingly enough, a couple of years ago, back in 2018-19, he shot 35% from 3 on 4.2 attempts a game. So maybe he's got that in his bag. Give me that, Stephon Castle. But now they're teammates. Per 36, the numbers are fantastic, and he showed in the playoffs he can play in big-time, meaningful NBA action, like in the Knicks series where he had a Luke Cornett game. Put his impact all over that game. He's 7'2" with a 7'6" wingspan, so along with Wemby, they're going to be anchoring that front court, and it's going to be a big, long front court for the Spurs this year. I think that's what they want. With that being said, though, I think the Spurs, my bold prediction is they're a top 6 team next year in the West. With that being said, that's going to be it for today's video. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure to like button, leave me a comment down below, and hit that subscribe button if you did enjoy it at any point. And with all that being said, thanks so much for watching today's video.